This coming as dozens of Republican business leaders are set to endorse Hillary Clinton for president later today instead of Donald Trump, reflecting continued unease toward the presumptive Republican nominee. Joining us right now is Trump campaign national co-chairman Sam Clovis. Sam, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Maria. Great to be with you.
How do you turn that sentiment around? We've got a list of these business people today coming out behind Hillary Clinton, supporting her because they trust her more so than Trump as it relates to business and the economy.
Well, I think they trust her for big business because I think they trust a government that will allow a concentration of industry, which diminishes the competition. I think they trust a government that picks winners and losers and allows them to have sweet deals on trade issues and all those. I think they would pick a government that allows them to raise barriers to entry to all of the areas out here and thus hurting consumers. So, yeah, I'm not surprised at all. In fact, I think this comes as no surprise as we see a lot of people who have to bet their ranch, on the establishment to make sure that there's no competition. Trade deals are bad, so only they win. This is why I think a lot of these businesses are going with Hillary Clinton, because it's going to be business as usual.
I got it. Let me ask you, we had Donald Trump on yesterday, and, you know, we got into the numbers in terms of what he has in the bank. He only had $1.3 million in the campaign bank. Now this morning we learned that he's raised $19 million so far just in the month of June for his joint RNC account. How did the campaign do it? What are you doing in terms of accelerating the money raising right now?
Well, I think a lot of people don't realize that we have the, we get a tremendous amount of input on just from our website. These are the $5 and $10 and $25 contributions that have millions of people contributing to the campaign and have all along. We also have been out with a deliberate effort to raise money, and I think that we've done a great job of that. And frankly, we don't need to tell everybody what we're doing. This has always been a trademark of the campaign, and I think that what it does is it keeps everybody a little bit, about a half a bubble off, and we're pretty comfortable with that.
Hey, Sam, now that both Mr. Trump and Hillary Clinton are in this battle of this war of words going back and forth in the media, it seems to me like he got her exactly where he wants her, because she may beat him on a lot of other issues, like policy issues possibly, but in this war of words fighting in the media, she loses badly. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think one of the things, I heard a line here several months ago when it looked like that Mr. Trump and Secretary Clinton were going to be the opponents in this race, that the concept is that she is very thin-skinned and Mr. Trump can be very irritating. So I think that it can be, it's really, I think it's a contest of him getting under her skin. And I think the other part of it is she's got a lot more turf to defend than he does. And I think that makes it really tough for her, because she has a lot of turf to defend. And I think she's going to have a hard time covering all those breaches.
But, Sam, it's Dagan McDowell. If you're a conservative, though, if you listened to Donald Trump and you listened to Hillary Clinton, where there isn't enough daylight for somebody on the right is when they talk about infrastructure spending. He brought it up yesterday, and that is a pillar of Hillary Clinton's economic plan. And for a conservative, they hear infrastructure spending, they think higher taxes or more borrowing, and the government being the center of business and job creation instead of the individual and the business owner?
I don't think, Dagan, that's a great question, but I don't think that's our plan. I don't think that's what we're looking at. We made the commitment to balance the budget, and what that means is we're going to go in and make tough decisions. And a lot of rice bowls are going to get kicked over along the way. But if not now, when? If we don't start this process and we don't have this particular person as president who is not wed to what goes on inside the Beltway, I think we have to come in and make hard choices. And if we're going to improve our infrastructure, which is an absolute necessity for us, I mean, you go out and drive the highways of the country out here and take a look at all the trucks. I mean, we move all of the goods we have moving in trucks. We have to go out here and do something about our interstate system, but that's not the worst part of it. The infrastructure that has to be repaired is a lot of the farm-to-market roads out there, and the states need help in doing that. So we have to come up with a mechanism, and we're working on a mechanism to make sure that we can put as much money back into the states as possible so they can keep the commerce issues going, and a lot of that has to be farm to market. And because I'm telling you, I've been all over this country, and I've been on a lot of roads, and I know the Iowa roads backwards and forwards, 145,000 miles in my truck, so, but I know what that's all about. So that's really what we're focusing on, and I think you're going to be surprised with our plan, because but we have to make those hard choices, Dagan.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal.
Sam, James Freeman here at the Wall Street Journal, following up on what Dagan was saying, and by the way, I liked the speech yesterday. I thought he was doing some good counterpunching, but he's not really spelling out what the growth plan is. And obviously we need to have roads, but it's what happens on either end of those roads, obviously very important as entrepreneurs want to create and sell products. The tax plan, which he does not talk that much about, and there's some talk that he's going to rewrite it. Is this the tax plan he's going to go with into the fall, and why isn't he talking about it more?
Well, I think it's because we're frankly, inside the campaign, we have a lot of really bright people working on this. A lot of people as a matter of fact, are working on this, James, and it's a great question. We have not come to a conclusion on all of the issues, and all it is really buffing off the edges of the original tax plan that we have. The centerpiece of this has to be corporate tax reform. We think that's absolutely essential to bring back capital to the United States, to allow us to bring back millions of jobs and trillions of dollars in capital. And then we'll work on the personal income tax side and make this fitting for the middle class. I think it's a great tax plan. It's really pro-growth. It's tremendous pro-growth. And I think our target is 4% growth for 10 years at least, and I think we can get there.
All right. We'll be watching. That's certainly something our audience wants to hear, Sam. Good to see you, sir. Thanks so much.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm in sunny Atlanta.
Great.
Roll Tide.
Enjoy. Sam Clovis. We'll be right back.